Guys, beer, sports. Join Sean and Brad as they talk about sports and share a beer. From the east coast of Canada to the west coast of the United States. Over to you, boys.
Hey everybody, welcome to Guys Beer Sports. We are sans Brad today, but listen, this is not a problem. We have a great addition to the show today. Anton Manson's big brother. Is it big brother, Tristan?
Big brother, yeah.
Big brother Tristan Manson. I'm telling you right now, I am super excited about this. Anton rocked the show the last time. Tristan, you're the older brother, so I think that there's probably a little bit more riding on your shoulders. I don't know.
Yeah, I got some big shoes to fill, but I think I can handle
it. Hey, I just wanted to say, first of all, thank you very much to Flyers Restaurant out on Oak Harbor there. If you guys are out there in Washington, Oak Harbor, Whidbey Island, go check them out. Great beer, great food. They have outdoor service going on, indoor service as well. Things are opening up, looking good. Also, I want to thank Smooth My Balls. Hey, it's an odd thing to say, but I'll tell you what, I've used it. It's great. All I need now is talcum powder, and I'm good to go. So is this a big thing in the locker rooms there, Tristan?
Not really, actually, no.
No? You guys walk around all like hairy beasts?
Yeah. Oh, like, you mean shave-wise? I thought you meant like the talcum powder. They say it's like 50-50 split. But nobody's in there powdering up after the game.
Well, no, I wouldn't think so. I mean, why would you care about that? Yeah, I didn't mean the talcum powder. I meant the grooming, but... Yeah, I guess, I mean, if you're not sharing your jock strap, which you shouldn't, right? That's like unhygienic.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's unhygienic.
That's like probably the only piece of gear that I haven't shared.
Yeah, that's like unhygienic before pandemic, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Man, oh man. Hey, before we get into our discussion here about your career in the Q, some of the fantastic, dude, you introduced me to a whole new thing with this Ice Warriors. I can't wait to talk about that. I want to get your take right now on the NHL playoffs.
Yeah, let's go.
Real quickly, and like especially the Leafs. I want to talk about Leafs, and then we'll move in. How about that?
Okay. So, you just want to know how I feel with the Leafs right now?
Yes.
Oh, man. A lot of thoughts. I think they just need to put the pedal to the metal and finish Montreal off. Like, last game, they were kind of looking forward. They're already thinking about Winnipeg, I think. And it showed. Like, that first period, like, Montreal didn't score nice goals. They just battled. Like, they just weren't giving up. And Toronto was just like, we still got 2 more games to come back. Then they had a little push in the third. But, I don't know. The killer attitude wasn't there, like the finish, which is what they need to do. Like, we've all seen before, Toronto can blow a lead.
That's exactly it. Legendary.
So, like,
legendary.
As a Leafs fan, even up 3-2, I'm still not comfortable.
Oh, I'm not comfortable.
Because I've been hurt before.
Uh-huh. I'm not comfortable because not only that, but now you're going in, even if it's only 12% of the fans in there, you still have fans in there.
Yeah.
You don't think Carey Price is going to feed off of that?
Yes, but here's my thought on that too. Just think Toronto hasn't played in front of fans in a year either. So, they're going to be jacked up too.
Yeah.
Like, I know they'll all be Montreal fans for the most part, but I think Toronto's going to be like, all right, we get people playing in front of finally. Let's go. Like, they're probably all watching the U.S. series and like, man, we miss this atmosphere. Like,
that's it. Yeah.
I'm a diehard Leafs fan. My brother's a Canadiens fan. All my friends are 50-50 split.
Yeah.
So I've been waiting for this series for my whole life.
Yeah.
And you watch it, and it kind of still feels like regular season. Then you look at the American games, just like
I think it's because of the fans, right? The fans.
Yes,
we're talking about. It feels like because that hockey's been phenomenal. That series has been
right. Yeah, the hockey's been good. I just mean, like, from looking in, you watch this Nashville, Carolina, and it's rocking. Yeah, I hear you. You see Toronto, Montreal, and you would think, imagine in Montreal right now, full rink or Toronto, it would be wild.
We would destroy every single American market out there because our fans are like the most, you know what I mean? And so like our fans are crazy. We have crazy fans on Montreal and Toronto sides, you know, the fans are crazy. So yeah, I totally agree with you on that. I'm looking forward to tonight's game. I'm nervous as anything.
Me too.
So listen, Thursday, I didn't wear any Leafs apparel at all. I figured to myself that wasn't the way to go. And then go take care of them. It wasn't. So today I am geared up. Like even my undershirt,
nice.
even my pants here.
Oh man,
my
you
pants.
Got it all.
I got it all, buddy. I am cheering on the ghosts of Doug Gilmour and.
So I was similar. I wore my Leafs jersey game one. They lost. So next game I just wore a blue and white Adidas hockey T-shirt, and they won. And my wife stayed up and watched the game with me. So I was like, all right, so now you're staying up every game.
That's it.
And I'm wearing this blue T-shirt the rest of the time. But they lost the other night, so now she can sleep and everything's good.
Honey, please.
Yeah.
Please.
She's not a sports fan, but she stayed up and she got into the game.
She is not a sports fan at all, except for football.
Yeah.
Football, she's a giant football fan. But hockey, she thinks it's just disorganized. And I try to explain to her, listen, they're cycling the puck. Hey, they're trying to make that outlet pass. Hey, they're trying to post it to the center there to, you know, get a shot in the post. She's looking at me like I'm speaking a different language, right? Where's the puck?
Yeah, she won't watch any sport with me, but ever since my son and daughter started playing hockey, now she's more into hockey. So I can at least get her to watch a hockey game with me. Because now she's, especially when our kids are playing, she's crazy in the stands. Right. She was like, I never thought I would be like this, but she's into hockey now a little bit. But football, basketball, everything else, not a chance.
Well, it sounds like opposites right now, but for you and I, that's pretty awesome. All right, Tristan, we got our thoughts about the Leafs. We'll probably get into a little bit more about the NHL playoffs and maybe NBA playoffs. We've been watching it all as well.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your march into the queue. I mean, listen, anytime that you make it into any sort of area where you are drafted, you know what I mean? It's not now you're just playing some shinny hockey. You're drafted. You're considered a prospect. This is intriguing to me. I like to hear.
I actually wasn't drafted. So,
no. Okay.
No, I had a pretty weird route to the queue. So I played high school. I played midget AAA. Then my last year eligible for midget, I ended up getting cut and playing high school. Our coach came in. The new coach came in and cut pretty much all the second year guys. So we all ended up going back and play high school. Year after that, I ended up making a junior A team, the Halifax Wolverines. It was their first year expansion. And I got my first ever fight in training camp there. And the head coach, Jim Bottomley, who's the legend around here, he's like, Manson, do you like to fight? I was like, I guess. Like, if it gets me here, I like to fight. So I ended up sticking around. I played junior A. Our team was terrible because it was an expansion team, but it was a fun time. And then halfway through that year, I had a game in Amherst, and I had 2 goals, a fight, and I think an assist. And
pretty close to a Gordie Howe hat trick.
I think I had a Gordie Howe game. I had a couple that year. The fights weren't the problem. It was the other 2 things that I had to try to deal with. But yeah, a scout from Shawinigan was there, and he called me up to go to Shawinigan. Mm-hmm. So I went up there in, I think it was February or March. I went up to practice for 2 weeks, and I hated it. Like, really? They told me I wasn't going to play. I was just going to practice for the rest of the year. And I was like, man, I'm going to go back and play junior A. Like, I'm having fun with my buddies. Like, I'm just going to go back.
Right.
And then the next summer, Anton got drafted to Shawinigan. And I was 19. And usually 19-year-olds don't make the queue in their first year.
Right.
So I was like, I'll just go to camp to get in shape for junior A.
Right.
And I ended up leading the team in scoring in preseason. And they didn't even know I could fight. Like, their head coach, like, they thought I was like a goal scorer, and I was like, "Oh man, you guys are in for a surprise."
Which team was this? Was this Shawinigan again?
Shawinigan Cataracts. Yeah.
So you guys were drafted. Like he was drafted to Shawinigan. You were there as well.
Yeah, so we were both there in training camp. He ended up being the last cut that year.
Okay.
So he
'Cause I
came
remember-
home.
Yeah.
He came home. I stayed,
Mm.
and the next year, like we had a pretty good year. We lost in the semis to Quebec, and they ended up winning the Memorial Cup that year.
Memorial Cup. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then that next summer I got same thing. Like I was just gonna play junior A. No way I was gonna make it as a 20 because there's only 3 allowed on each team. And pretty much Shawinigan told me that year, like, you're not gonna come back. Like you're not gonna be one of our 3 guys.
Right.
So nothing. And the story, like I said, it's a crazy way I got to the queue. This one's even weirder. So I'm already thinking I'm gonna play junior A. But all my buddies played junior B for the Bay Ducks.
Okay.
And if you play junior B, you can play until you're 21, so you could have 2 more years.
Okay.
So one of our family friends was the GM of the team, and he called me. He's like, man, come play junior B. I'll pay you more money than junior A, and you can play an extra year with all your buddies.
Right.
I was like, you know what? I'm in. Told him over the phone, I'm in. So me and my buddies end up going to Split Crow Power Hour. We're celebrating. Yeah, we're all going to play junior B together. It's going to be a great year. And my father calls me. He's like, what are you doing? I was at Split Crow having some beers. I was like, I got to tell you something later. He goes, well, I got to tell you something first. He's like, you just got traded to Lewiston.
What?
I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, like he was like kind of mine and Anton's agent. Like he did all the work for us.
Right.
He's like, yeah, I just, because he knew I wasn't going back to Shawinigan.
Right.
He's like, yeah, you just got traded for a 5th rounder to Lewiston. They want you in Bathurst tomorrow. I was like, oh man, this is gonna be a problem. So yeah,
What
anyway,
happened?
next day I'm in Bathurst and I played in Lewiston.
Now, did you lead penalty minutes on your teams? The 2 seasons?
For the most part, but I wasn't really a big penalty guy. All my penalty minutes are usually fights.
Yeah, but that's 5 minutes, right? So-
I usually was like second or third. Maybe like I don't think I ever led my team penalty minutes.
You were doing something wrong.
Kinda weird.
weird.
I might have, but I don't think I did.
Here's the thing: is that Anton, like he said that he really wasn't a fighter until that one time where they just started doing it and found out he could do it, right?
Yeah.
Sounds like you were the trailblazer for the fighting. Like it sounds like you were the guy. Like yeah, we're gonna fight. You know.
Well, yeah, I think that's kind of what. Like I didn't really know I could fight either. My first ever fight, the guy, I tried to fight a 15-year-old when I was 18. I didn't know he was 15. He might have been 14. And he like slashed me, and I was like trying to fight him. His name was Alex Grant. He was big back in the day. He was like the first underage to ever play junior A in Halifax, like for that age.
Okay.
I think he's playing Europe somewhere now. Anyway, I tried to fight him. He was like, dude, I'm 14. And I was like, so I just picked my gloves up and left. The next shift, their goalie came at me because I tried to fight a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
I ducked him, and this guy grabbed me and started pumping me.
Oh.
And I was like, what is happening here? And then like I finally like clicked in. Oh, you should probably fight back. And I ended up beating the guy up pretty bad. And that was like, me and Anton and my dad always fought. Like he taught us, we used to go helmets and gloves in our living room. He taught us some tricks. So I knew what I was doing. I just didn't know that I was good at it or that I liked it.
Right. And it wasn't.
And then I think Anton, he kind of got drugged into it probably because they're like, oh, you're his brother. He fights. So now you are fighting too. Anton was a really skilled hockey player.
Right.
Still is.
Right.
But he was like, and he can fight. He's really tough.
Right.
But I think he was probably like, well, I got to fight because my brother fought. And
well, you know.
he's like, oh, I'm good at it too. Yeah.
I'm drafting a Manson. I need to know. What's going on here.
Yeah.
Do we got somebody that can do this? What's going on?
But yeah, like I said in Shawinigan, they didn't know I could fight.
That's crazy.
And the first game I ever played in the queue, I got 2 goals and an assist. So I led the queue in scoring for one day, which is my claim to fame. I finished the year with 9 points. So it went down. It went down a lot. And the second game, we were playing Chicoutimi, and there was this guy on their team. He was their tough guy, and he was coming at me. And our assistant coach was like, don't fight him. Like, he's their guy. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, man, he's not that big. He's not that tough. And I played junior A the year before, and I fought monsters.
Right.
And I was like, in my head, I'm like, I'm going to fight this guy. Like, there's no way I'm not fighting him. So me and him square off, and he swung, and I one punched him. And that was it. They're like, oh, all right, we got a fighter now. I might have dared my own scoring career.
I know. But the thing is, you're like such a jovial person. You're a good person, good-mannered person, right? Like, you wouldn't think that there is some sort of underlying rage of, whatever that just will come out.
There's not. Like, I tell people all the time, like, I would fight my best friend or my brother, and I would still, like, I got buddies, especially when I played senior in Newfoundland. We had a lot of buddies that would fly over, and we would fight, and we're still buddies to go to the bar that night. To me, a hockey fight is the same as if your best friend's a goalie and you get a breakaway. You still going to score on him? You're going to try.
That. Okay. I can get on board with that.
That's how I looked at it.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of guys that complete opposite. They only fight if they're super angry and like they want to hurt somebody.
Yeah.
Of course you hurt people when you fight.
Yeah.
But I wasn't, this is going to sound stupid, I wasn't trying to hurt people.
No.
Like, I wanted to win the fight.
Yeah.
But like most of the guys I fought, especially like the tougher guys, like the heavyweights, they were the same as me. Like, they're like, good fight, man. And we're talking in the box afterwards. Like, I'm still buddies with lots of guys I fought.
Right. So like that was the thing that my co-host Brad, because he's a huge football and basketball guy. He's starting to get into hockey.
Yeah.
Like this year, his hockey senses and the hockey IQ has gone through the roof. I take full credit for that. Just talking about
nice.
hockey, I take full credit for that. Got an American on board. It's all good. But he was shocked when he was talking to Anton about how you guys end up chirping beforehand. Like, you guys chirp each other. You talk before the fight, like, hey, you want to go? He just thought that it was just raw emotion and you just throw the gloves down. And I'm there going, oh, no, there's a lot of chirpiness. I mean, there has to be, right?
Oh, yeah. Like, a lot of times not anymore. Like, obviously, it's way different than back when I played. But I knew who I was fighting the day before. You're lining up in warm-up, and you're like, hey, man, like, we're both stretching at the red line. We're doing this. Yeah, like, when you want to do it, like, you make a plan. Like, sometimes it's like, completely first shift we're going, we'll wait and see how the game goes. You owe me one from last game because I fought you when I shouldn't have. Like, it's very much, and sometimes there's like behind the scene fights. Like, Anton played with a guy, Kevin Cormier, who was during his career in the Q the toughest guy. Like, he was the number one fighter, and my last year there was like a website that ranked us, and he was 1 and I was 2.
Oh, wow.
He played with Anton,
Yeah.
and he's like, man, will your brother fight me? Anton messaged me. I'm like, 100%, man. Like, I want that number 1. So I'm in. So, like, Anton brokered the fight between me and him, and then it never happened because he got hurt.
Oh, man.
But, like, yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot of behind the scenes. Like, it seems like it's barbaric and you're just fighting somebody, but a lot of times, like,
No,
especially
I find this interesting.
Yeah.
I find this particularly interesting because, like, as a lay fan, you always think that there's a code, right?
Yeah.
Which I'm sure that there is. But just some of these fights just set up really for the fans' sake. It's
100%.
yeah.
It's like the fans and, like, to get your team, like, if you're down 2-0, especially early, that's like a time that, as if I'm up 2-0, I'm not supposed to fight because you don't want to give the other team any momentum.
Right.
But that's what I mean. Like, when I tell the guy, you owe me one from last game, I gave you the fight here. Now, next time, you got to repay the favor.
Right.
And for the most part, that's part of the code. Like, the boys are like, all right, yep, let's go.
Right. And you might hear an earful. Like, do you get an earful from the coach if you end up doing something like off script where the momentum could shift?
Yeah, sometimes. There's also times where your coach would be like, you're not going.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, that Cormier incident where we couldn't fight because he was hurt. We played Shawinigan in Shawinigan 2 weeks later. And I was like, oh, man, my old rank, I get to fight Cormier here. Our coach pulled me aside. He's like, you're not fighting him. He's like, he wouldn't fight you in our rank. You're not fighting him here. Now, so, like, the whole game, he chased me around. I was like, can't do it, man. Like, And he did it twice. He kept asking me, and I was like, man, coach not letting me go. And after that, he's like, whatever, just moved on. Because he understood, like, I wanted to fight him. I just had to respect the coach.
Well, you would think if you're known for fighting and you're not taking one on, it's not you, right? It's definitely somebody else is saying, like, yeah. So can you imagine though? Like, I don't know how I would feel if he ended up starting a Twitter attack on you. Then all of a sudden, hey, he's chicken. Then all of a sudden, coach be damned, I'm fighting this guy.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's definitely been some times where I didn't listen to the coach.
How did that work out?
Great. I was already fighting for ice time anyway, so.
Oh no.
Yeah, it didn't help.
So, a lot of guys like Anton I was talking to, I seen him play when we were on the Toronto, and of course it was shinny, right? It was just a pickup game. Really. But you could tell, hey, this guy's got some skill and talent. And then I know some people that played in the OHL back in the day that went to Europe, you know what I mean, continued a pretty lucrative career in Europe.
Yeah.
With Anton, I remember he told me he got injured with his shoulder, and that kind of really put the kibosh on things. What happened with you coming out of it? Was it just at that point you just decided, I'm kind of done with this, or?
Yeah, like I went to Dal. Like I signed up to play hockey at Dal after. So I got recruited to play Dal. I didn't sign up. I got recruited to play for Dal after junior, and I went there. I did like all the training camp. I started going to school, and the coach that recruited me went to go coach the Q. So a new coach came in. He pretty much said, like, you're not going to play most of the year. You're just going to practice. Like, university hockey is some of the best hockey around, and not a lot of people know it.
Oh, it's true.
But there's no fighting. It's a fast-paced league. Like, it's definitely not my game.
Right.
So I kind of realized that too, and I was like, and I had a family friend who's from Newfoundland. He was like, man, you can just fly to Newfoundland on the weekends, play senior, make tons of cash, and still go to school.
Right.
So, and we had 2 years. Every year you play in the Q, you get a year university paid for.
Nice.
So like, I have free school. I can make money. Like when I was at Dal, I had to practice every day, go to school every day, not to play hockey. I couldn't work. So I was like, I'm broke.
Right.
I'm not going to play. I'm just going to go have some fun, make some money. So I ended up playing senior for 3 years. And during that time, I had a bunch of pro offers. Like I had one from the coast and then like SPHL, like a bunch of like minor leagues in the States.
Yeah.
But they're offering me way less money than I was making in Newfoundland.
Wow.
You have to play every day. I got to fight. Like I'd just be fighting, not like probably 3 times a week down there.
Right.
When I was in Newfoundland, I was fighting once every month. Like it wasn't like anything crazy, and I was having fun.
Yeah.
So I just decided, I was like, man, I'm just gonna keep doing this, and then I end up. We had my son when I was 24, and like right before that even happened, I was like, yeah, I'm done. Like this.
Yeah.
Then I went to Finland before he was born.
I wanted to get out of that. You're jumping ahead. That's all good.
Yeah.
Let's build that up. I love this story, Ice Warriors. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I was watching the first one there where they're introducing y'all. You had a little mohawk going on.
Yeah, I was trying to be tough.
So it was like three European judges. 2 of them with NHL pedigree, and one of them was an MMA fighter.
MMA fighter, yeah.
Yeah, so they're going, okay, 3 rounds.
Yeah.
3 rounds on ice, and it's like there's no stick, no gloves. It's just go.
Yeah. When so when I was in Lewiston, this guy from Finland, he was half Canadian, half Finnish. His name's Jukka. He messaged me on, I think on an email or something. I don't remember back then. And he was like, I run a hockey fighting magazine in Europe. Would you like to answer some questions for interviews? Like, yeah, no problem. So I did that, thought nothing of it. And I get a message on Facebook. We're putting together a hockey fighting tournament in Finland with like some of the toughest guys from Canada. I was wondering if you'd like to come. And I was like, no, not a chance. Like, this is like when I already decided I was done playing hockey. I was like, I'm done.
Right.
Like I got my actual like first grown up job I started working, like I was a cable guy. Like I wasn't working in the bars anymore. I was like, just started my job, about to have a kid in 3 months. I was like, man, there's no way I'm doing this. Then my mom obviously was like, not a chance you're going. I had to talk with my dad. He was like, I don't know, man. Like, at least you can say you did it. And the more I thought about it, I was like, I'm going to get a free trip to Finland regardless. And
Right.
And it was, we were going to get $500 just for going.
Right.
And it was 10 grand for the winner.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, all right.
Is that 10 grand American or?
Euro.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
lucrative. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm in, whatever.
Yeah.
So my wife or fiance is, she was 8 months pregnant when I went.
Oh, wow. She must have been really happy with you.
Thrilled, yeah.
Yeah.
My mother drove me to the airport, tears, like, why are you doing this? This is so stupid. And anyway, I was like, I'm just going to do it. I go, the funniest thing, well, not the funniest thing, one of the funniest things that happened, I'm going through, I had to fly to New York first to go to Finland, and I'm going through the U.S. Customs. And he's like, what are you doing? Where are you going to Finland for? Like, hockey. He's like, oh, I noticed you didn't bring any sticks. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's a hockey fighting tournament. And he was like, excuse me? And he had like a really deep South accent, too. He's like, he looked at me, he's like, you Canadians in hockey, and just shook his head, stamped my passport, and let me on my way. And he was just like, what are you doing?
I never even heard of this. And then when I saw it, I'm like, this is gold. Here, just give me a second. I want to do something here.
Yeah.
Just give me a second here. Oh, technology. I'm a Luddite, dude. I'm a complete Luddite. Where's this? Share. I want to share my video. Just give me a second.
No problem.
This is. Oh, here we go. There we go. Ah, yes. There we go. This is what I want to share. Look how young you were here.
I know.
Look at that face. You were ready. And then they were putting you up against. Look at this guy. This guy looks like he just got out of prison.
It was so awkward. Like, we just had to stand there. And I thought it was just a picture. And then it was like a video. So, like, you got to move. And I was like, what? And so at the end, I'm like moving a little bit, but it was super weird.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, I thought it was a picture.
Little bit. Oh, my gosh. So look at this. Oh, so you guys had gloves at least. That's nice.
Yeah, MMA gloves. I still broke my hand.
You still broke your hand in this one?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And what is this, like 50 second or something, like, or is it a minute?
It was a minute. They wanted us to do 3-minute rounds, and we were all like, not.
Oh, that's ridiculous. I mean,
we were like a minute.
Fight.
We were like a minute.
This guy. You got this guy here. Look at that.
He was big too. I think he was like 260 during this.
Oh, he looked like he just got fresh out of prison.
Yeah.
Look. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I just wanted to watch this. This is so amazing. We got
in trouble for this because my helmet broke, so I threw it.
Oh.
But there was like insurance issues, so we were supposed to wear helmets, and we got yelled at after this. But
this is amazing. Oh, man, this guy looked like a big dude.
He is a big dude.
This guy looks like a big boy, man. And you guys are hauling on each other.
Oh, me and him were in the bar together all night. He was like one of my best friends from this whole event.
Oh, Anton, you were just feeding him there. I mean, he's trying to hit you. Oh, they have it. They have the judges' cards. They say that. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm going to stop this.
3.
Oh my God. Did you end up winning this?
I won this one. Yeah, I won 2-0.
And then what happened at the end?
I fought in the semis.
Yeah.
And I got hit pretty good. Like, we both went at it, and they said I had a concussion, which I probably did. But, like, I still remember everything. Like, so they stopped me because of, like, the insurance rules, whatever. I ended up making $2,000 off it. So.
Hey, so
yeah.
Paid trip to Finland, 2 G's.
Yeah.
Maybe a broken hand. And
maybe. Like, we were all beat up afterwards. Like, all the boys were like, oh, this is broken. I have a concussion here. This is but
yeah.
We all went to the bar. They brought us to this crazy club in Finland and literally brought us to the top part of it, grabbed every bottle behind the bar and put it on our table, and we're like, here you go, boys. We were like, it was like a rap. We were like pouring drinks on each other.
I love this, dude. The thing is, you had such a baby face, and they put you up
Oh,
against
yeah,
this guy. It looks like he just came out of prison. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Well, when I met these guys, when I get over there was 2 guys from Europe because a couple guys dropped out who weren't fighters.
Yeah.
So they obviously got destroyed. But all the other guys were played in that Quebec Senior League, and they were animals. Like one guy, the guy that was supposed to win it all, he was the favorite, Sean McMorrow. He has the record for most fights in a season.
Oh wow!
I think it's like 100 and something fights in a year in the AHL, or he's a beast. But like all these guys are sitting there, so I'm meeting them for the first time, and they're all telling stories. And I was the smallest guy there by far, and they're telling these stories like, remember this time where we were going at it, and then you came across the dressing room, and the cops are there, and we fought the cops, and I was like, what the hell am I doing here? Like, and they're all laughing about it, like best friends, and talking about times where they killed each other. And I'm like, what? Like, this is a terrible decision you made. But like, they're all beauties. Like I said, we all tried to kill each other for money. And then as soon as, like, when I lost a fight, or the second one I lost, the first guy in the room was Black, the guy beating the first one, with beers waiting for me. He's like, yeah, buddy. Like, me and him were drinking. He's like, good job. Like, he's the first guy waiting for me. So, like, yeah, it was pretty crazy.
So, in that fight we just saw, were you chirping? Were you guys chirping in there or what?
No, not really. Like,
nah.
Mostly because we couldn't breathe. It was so long.
You look like, yeah. So,
well, like, if you watch a hockey fight, a long hockey fight's like 35 seconds.
Yeah, easy. Yeah.
And you're gassed. Like, I've had fights where I can't even drink water. I'm in the box, squeezing my hands together and trying to catch water because my arms are so sore.
That's crazy.
So to do 2 rounds against some guy that's 270 for 2 minutes, like, I was gassed.
Yeah.
We're all gassed.
Yeah. It's yeah. I don't know what they were thinking here. Obviously, they're trying to institute some sort of MMA rules.
Exactly. Like, they're trying to make a league out of it and make it a thing, but like apparently the pay-per-view rights, they can only get it for like 3 different countries. It was like New Zealand, Australia, and like some other country in Europe. But like all the other places were like, no, like, this is not legal. We can't put it on TV. So the whole thing fizzled out.
But your big hits in Moscow.
Yeah, oh yeah.
New Zealand.
Yeah.
Hey man, they're famous for hobbits and now hockey fights.
Yeah.
What are these Canadians doing?
Yeah, it was like, I can at least say that I went to Finland and got in a hockey fight tournament. Not too many people can say that.
No, there are not that many people that can say that at all, and then won some euro out of it as well. I mean,
Yeah.
So, what made you at that point then decide to go join the RCN? Then after that,
I did. I actually planned, like, right after I finished playing hockey. My plan was to join the Navy.
Okay.
My grandfather was in. Anton had the same plan. Anton got in before me because,
oh wow,
okay. Yeah, I had my son, and I was doing pretty good, like, with the cable. I was like, I'm making pretty good money, like, enough, like, we're getting by.
Right.
And the process to join the Navy was taking forever, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna wait. Like, I'm pretty good with what I'm doing. Anyway, fast forward a couple of years, things are slowing down at work. I'm like, you know what, this is the time. So I just joined the Navy when my son was 5, almost 6 years ago.
Wow. But the funny thing is, I've known you, I'd say, the past 2.
Yeah.
And this is really very fleeting because I've only known you through Anton, because Anton would work in the operations room. And you were in a different department. So
I was actually working.
That's it. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Beauty. I was actually working. I don't know what you guys are doing. Sitting there.
Yeah.
You have coffee still. Oh my gosh. What I do know is this past deployment, were you there on there as well with your brother? You guys went together? That was beautiful,
yeah,
eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a beauty. How did you find that?
Oh man, it was rough.
Yeah,
It was,
COVID and everything.
It was good. Like we had a really solid crew.
Yeah.
So like my brother was there, obviously, and then we had a bunch of buddies that play hockey with us already. Like that's most of our buddies from the Navy are hockey related.
Right.
And then we had a bunch of other we had a great crew all together. That we all got along. So if it wasn't for that crew, it would have been an even longer trip. Like for the most part, we all got along great. So
It makes a difference.
that helped. But
Yeah.
the worst part of the trip, which wasn't even not getting off the boat in Europe, we were in Halifax. We went to Halifax on the boat June 12th
That's right.
and didn't leave until July 24th.
Yeah.
So we were alongside Halifax,
like a month and a half. For a month and a half.
seeing everything open up, and we were quarantined on the boat. Like my buddies are going by every day, sending me Snapchats on their boats. Like, hey, hi man, how you doing? Like you see people having a blast. You see people going home from work.
Yeah. And you are stuck.
You're stuck on the boat.
Yeah. Man, that was tough. I remember, all I could say though is that it's amazing you guys did what you did, especially in that type of environment. It was the second crew to do it, really, but still, the first one is fully. You knew you were going in and you were coming back just like that.
Yeah,
you knew what you were walking into, and I just want to say thank you for doing that. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
What I did want to jump into here now was the remainder of these playoffs.
Yeah.
So we know Leafs and we know Habs, and we know, man, I got to be honest with you. I'm thinking 7, like I am. That's what's in my gut.
Yeah.
Like it's in my gut. It's 7. And
I feel like we're going to know after the first period.
Yeah, I think so too. Because it all depends on how we come out. We come out flat. It's clean catch up. It's not going to be good. If we come out ahead, but then we just sit resting on our laurels, it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
So it's like Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner are due.
100%.
So if I see them starting to go, then I think that we have a really good chance.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Marner just needs to shoot.
Yeah. Well, I think that game 1, he got snake bit, man.
Yeah.
He had that game.
I was just like,
and Carey Price put the paddle out, and that was the first thing I said. I said, how much you think that is now playing in his mind?
100%.
They had a gaping net, and this guy just put his paddle out and stopped it.
Well, they showed the other night, I don't know if you've seen this clip, after he got robbed, they zoomed in on his face, and he said, am I ever going to fucking score again? As soon as I saw that, it's like, oh, man.
Yeah, that's a goaltender getting in your head, right? And and that's what Carey Price can do. And personally, I think he's been wasted in Montreal all this time.
Yeah.
But Montreal fans now are probably loving him, although earlier in the season they wanted to get rid of him.
Well, they were done with him before playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah. Now he's St. Carey.
Yeah, he's like, without Carey Price, it wouldn't be a series. Like Montreal, give them their due. Like they're battling hard. They have a little bit of talent. But Carey Price, especially if they get a lead, Toronto, like it's in their head, oh, we're going to go against Carey Price. Like we get lucky we got back last game. But like Carey Price will shut the door. That's what I mean. We need to get jumped out tonight. Come flying.
Yeah, take no prisoners. Because I'm sorry, was it Galchenyuk that ended up coughing up that puck? Yeah. I like Galchenyuk, what he's doing. He's trying to play with a lot of vision, but sometimes that vision comes at a price, because if you get predictable, which happened, they ended up taking advantage of this, like Suzuki and Caulfield. And I don't think those youngsters are hungry. They're hungry.
No.
So they stretched out the goalie perfectly. It's like, that's what you got to do. Stretch them out. And that's what they did. It's like it was a bitter sweet pill, not even sweet. It was just a bitter pill to swallow. What am I saying?
Yeah,
sweet.
it was just bitter.
It was just bitter. I was just like, you have to stomp these guys out. And now they're already starting the Islanders Bruins series tonight too. It's like, it's like, wait a second, boys, we're just playing catch up here. What's going on?
No, that's one thing I always liked about hockey, because the NBA, they're all like, all right, whatever. As soon as your series is over, you guys are going. Like it's like game 4 of the other series, and they're still moving on. I was like, oh, hockey never does it. They wait. Not anymore.
Not anymore. I
Like,
think it's the
game
Olympics.
7. What's it? Tuesday? If there's a game 7?
is Monday, I think.
Monday? Okay.
Monday would be game 7. Unless they all of a sudden decide like Sunday, but I think it's Monday's game 7.
Yeah, okay.
But the thing is, though, is I just think that they're under a lot of pressure
Yeah.
due to the Olympics. So you got to be done because I think the Olympics is starting sometime crazy in July,
Yeah,
taking a 2-week break and then coming back in August again. It's really weird. Like,
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
yeah. So I think TV rights they're being pushed to the brink to
Yeah,
get it
okay.
going, right? Same thing with basketball. Like I think as soon as the series is over, it's like on to the
Yeah.
next. But heck, basketball's been surprising the heck out of me when I have a look
Yeah.
at this year. I don't know if you've been following it all.
Oh, yeah. I'm a diehard Lakers fan.
Lakers fan?
Yeah, my whole life.
Well, here's the thing. Everybody thought about the Suns. It's like, man, you guys are taking it to them. You know, the series that surprises me the most has got to be the Mavericks and the Clippers.
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Brooklyn losing a game to the Celtics. That's crazy.
Yeah. Jason Tatum's good, man. Like
He is good.
if he wakes up, well, like he did last night, he's tough to cover. And like Brooklyn doesn't play defense. They can score all they want, but if they don't play D, games are good. If Tatum wakes up like he did last night, then it could be a series.
Yeah.
I would love Brooklyn to lose. I hate Boston more, but I also hate Brooklyn right now just because.
How much do you and your brother get along? He's a big Celtics fan. He's a huge Habs fan. It's like,
Yeah, like I don't so I went with my dad. My dad's Leafs. I'm a Lakers fan just because I was a Kobe guy my whole life.
yeah.
So my dad doesn't have a basketball team, but my uncles and all my cousins are all Montreal Celtics, Red Sox,
Oh wow.
and Bills.
And
Yeah.
Bills. So I'm a Bills fan too. Yeah. So
I'm a Chargers fan, so I'm definitely on my own there.
I'm not gonna ride you too hard for being a Chargers fan. I mean, you know disappointment just as well as we do. So you know, if you were to come out and say I'm a New England fan, I'd be like, oh yeah,
No,
makes
I
sense.
hate New England fans.
Makes sense. They're winners.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brooklyn is surprising me, losing that game to the Celtics.
Yeah.
The Heat, they went to the NBA Finals last year. They're about to get swept.
I said that to me and Anton about this too the other day. I was like, I know the Heat made the finals last year, but I think they just got hot in the bubble. Like they're not a great team.
Jimmy Butler was it, right? And
Jimmy Butler was going off.
yeah,
But like you look at this, like Duncan Robinson was putting up points last year in the playoffs,
Mhm.
and like now he's playing like Duncan Robinson. I mean, like they're not a great team. They just got hot at the right time, which happens in any sport. But like I'm not surprised that they're where they are now. I feel like every other team in the NBA got better.
yeah.
And Brooklyn stayed the same, if not anything.
Brooklyn, man. That's a video game team if I've ever seen it. If you ever
Oh, it's
played
crazy.
NBA 2K, this
Yeah.
is exactly what it is. I just made some trades.
Yeah, like you wouldn't even be able to use them in 2K. I'd be like, yeah, you can't use Brooklyn. They're too good. Like it's not fair.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like, yeah, we got Durant, and I made a trade for Irving, and I
Yeah.
managed to get James Harden on there too.
All right, we'll grab Blake Griffin too, who used to be like,
He used to be a superstar. Yeah. I'm like, holy crap. You know, if they don't make it to the NBA finals, but they're gonna have to go up against the Bucks
yeah.
and the 76ers. I mean, the
Yeah.
East is stacked.
I think Milwaukee's as good as Giannis.
Yeah.
But I think Philly, like if they can get over I think Philly just has demons. Like they're just a playoff team that can't get past it. Like if they have all the pieces,
Mm.
I think Philly's going to be the best bet to put out Brooklyn.
I have to agree with you on that because you have Giannis to go physical if you need.
Yeah.
And then you have those guys are playing good perimeter.
Yeah.
So Middleton and Chris
Yeah.
Middleton and who else now is there point guards over there? I totally forget now
I don't even know. I can't
because
think.
Brogdon's gone and what's his face there? It was a big problem with us. Bledsoe, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to think who the point guards are. But honestly, it's Middleton, and to me, it's Middleton and Giannis are your really two big things that are happening in that Milwaukee Bucks team. Because you have a look at the 76ers. I mean, again, it's Joel Embiid and it's what's his face there, the Kiwi there,
Simmons.
Yes, the Kiwi.
he saw my Ice Warriors video when he was a kid.
Oh, get out of here! Yeah,
No,
yeah. I mean, you know what? I wouldn't put it past him to sit there going, "I don't think I want to play hockey at all." That's the worst New Zealand accent.
Better than mine.
Oh my gosh, worst New Zealand accent. Knicks. It's nice to see the Knicks in the postseason for the first time, and I don't know when.
Yeah, I think they're fizzling out too.
Oh yeah, you're playing the Hawks. It's not. You're not going to get through that. But what do you think happens with Kawhi after this season? Because the Clippers and the Mavs are they're in a battle.
I don't know. Like I just feel like he's gonna stay there.
You think so?
Where else is he gonna go? Like he doesn't want to join a super team.
No.
He's home in LA.
Yeah.
Like their team's good. They're just not playing great.
Raptors 2.0?
I don't think he'd go back there because Kyle's gonna be gone too.
Oh yeah, Kyle's not. Yeah, but Kyle's over the hill though too.
I despise Kyle Lowry, man.
Really? I don't mind him.
I think he's like the most overrated superstar in the NBA.
And listen, he only got the moniker superstar in the past 2 to 3 seasons, okay? Before he was just an all-star, now he's a superstar, but you know, it's very time limited, his moniker of superstar.
The same reason people hate the Leafs, because we get all the TV credit. All they do is talk about the Leafs on like TV and stuff. That's the exact same reason why I hate the Raptors.
What?
I hate them, man. I hate that the commentator calls them by their first name, like he's best friends with them. I don't like watching Raptors.
Are you talking about not the color man, but the actual announcer? I can't remember his name right now.
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
Hate the Raptors.
Kyle Lowry from Pembroke.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't even say Lowry, it just says Kyle, like they're best friends.
Yeah. But let's face it. I mean, whenever I hear a buddy there from Brooklyn, Jack
Armstrong?
Yeah, whenever I hear Jack Armstrong come on, man, I'm just like, all right, I can listen to Jack a little bit.
Yeah.
He makes these announcements bearable.
Like, I was happy they won for Canada.
Yeah.
But that was it. Just for my country, not the team, not their fans, nothing.
I'm a huge Raptors fan, but before I was a Celtics fan because, you know, I couldn't get on board the Los Angeles train.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, man, everybody's there. Everybody's there. I mean, even back then, everybody was there. Like, geez. And again, this time around, everybody's there. LeBron's there. Anthony Davis is there.
Well, that's a whole other issue for me because I was a Lakers fan ever since Kobe was there. So I was like 8 or 9. Anyway, I was the biggest LeBron hater on earth. And
really?
He came to LA and I was like, oh man, like, what do I do here? Like, I want my team to win. So of course I got to hope for LeBron. And like, he's grown on me a bit over the years, but there's still a lot of stuff that I can't look past. Like the flopping.
The flopping! I was just going to bring that up. The flopping is epic. I mean, we're talking soccer diva flopping on that same level.
Yeah. Oh, man.
No, seriously. Game 1.
It might be worse.
1. Did you see that? It was terrible. Him and Chris Paul, when they missed their free throws, Chris Paul boxes him out properly.
Yeah.
And LeBron goes down like he just got shot. Like he just got shot in the abdomen.
He's that man.
When the rest of your teammates are running up the court, because it's just like, we've seen this. He's okay.
He's that damn big, and he gets touched, and he's dead.
Do you remember Kyle Lowry?
I get it.
2016 with the Cavaliers. At least then you could have cheered against him, right? But when he just
Yeah,
touched him,
yeah. Then it was just equal hate.
so it canceled itself out.
Yeah, exactly.
Two negatives make a positive. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. No, but seriously, that probably had to be a hard rewiring in your brain.
Oh yeah, it still is, man. Like I was saying this, I forget who I was saying to, but last year I was on the boat watching. It was like 4 a.m. I'm up, like on watch, trying to watch the Lakers win. And I thought back to the last time the Lakers won with Kobe. I knew every guy on the bench. I knew guys who were in the stands not playing. I was like invested, like live and die, but with the Lakers.
Right.
Last year they were playing. I was like, man, like if they win, I'm gonna be happy. But like whatever. Really, like I just found myself like not as into it as I was back when like
I knew the Lakers were winning. I knew.
Oh yeah, me too.
LeBron was healthy.
That might have been it too.
Yeah, Sweezy though, you notice that same jerk that was on Cleveland when he went backwards when LeBron threw it. He's like, "What are you doing?" You notice he didn't even make the court. He was just on the sideline there. First guy to tear off his shirt. Already first guy to go shirtless.
Now he's not even in the league.
Oh my gosh! And they had Dwight Howard on the team, man, with his nice little dreadies.
He also didn't play much.
No. I mean, talk about a guy with so much talent, but really just never lived up to the hype, you know?
Yeah. He was just like, he's a good athlete, not a good basketball player.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, it makes complete sense. It's like, Gretzky is a great hockey player, Wayne Gretzky. Yeah. I don't think he was the best athlete, you know?
No.
If you want to have a look at the best athletes, I mean, Gary Roberts would be probably one of the best athletes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the physical regime that he would go through in order to get ready for a hockey game.
Oh yeah, he's still training guys.
Yeah, you know, like he was a top athlete, but LeBron, I think that's what makes LeBron a little bit different. And Michael Jordan, I don't even know about Michael Jordan because Michael Jordan smoked cigars and drank whiskey, but he had that talent. But LeBron, he's an athlete, athletically gifted.
Yeah, he's freak.
Yeah, I think that because if you have a look at Jordan's mental stamina probably had to be one of the top. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Gretzky, Jordan, they have that winner mentality. They make up things in order to get people charged. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Where LeBron is kind of like he's really relying on all of his athletic acumen, but if you can get to him, you start putting some pressure and everything. You see him starting to fall apart. Like he starts to fall apart. But you can't take away what he can do. But it just goes to show you, I think that whole entire mindset is going to make you better. And you can still be athletically gifted, but maybe not to the same level that some of these guys are. But your mindset brings you to that next level. It's like,
oh, for sure.
I'm not losing.
Yeah. That's what I think. Like LeBron has it a bit, but he's also like buddy with everybody too. Like, you know what I mean? He is. You never seen Jordan or Kobe talk to anybody on the court.
No.
Like, you are my enemy. I'm here to kill you. Afterwards, yeah, sure, man, we'll grab a drink. Yeah. But right now, don't. Like, LeBron's dapping everybody up. Like, that's what the whole NBA is now.
Yeah.
Everybody's buddies.
I mean, think about it.
That's like,
until they got through the Pistons, I don't think he talked to one Piston.
No, yeah, exactly.
I think he was upset with every single Piston, Jordan.
They still genuinely hate each other. Like, I've watched that documentary. Like, they're grown-ass old men, and they hate each other still.
Vehement hate.
I read a book about the Dream Team.
Yeah.
When I was deployed, and Michael Jordan literally kept Isaiah Thomas off the Dream Team.
Oh yeah,
he was like he's not coming on.
But it's funny because he played for their head coach, Detroit.
Yeah, the head coach was. He was like, they're like, well, he's not coming, or I'm not. There was like a bunch of. It wasn't just Jordan. There was like 4 guys who were like, he's not coming on the team.
Yeah. Well, he did have a bit of a reputation.
Yeah, like that's. They don't have that hate anymore.
No. No, it's not there because you don't have that kind of
And
you
I
don't
feel
have
like-
that kind of anger. I don't think either. None of those guys have that anger.
Right.
You can't play that type of
I don't know
basketball
what it
that was being
is.
played in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. And like I started feeling like hockey was going that way too, where like a lot of buddy stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like this, I know it's not going to keep happening because it's not going to be COVID years, but these new smaller divisions, the hate came back, man. Like,
I'm telling you. And I think that it can.
I didn't know Florida. Yeah, I hope it does.
You didn't know Florida? What was it?
I didn't know Florida and Tampa hated each other that much. Like
I
that
know.
is
It's a whole new rivalry.
Like,
It's just like I love it.
Every whistle, they're mucking it up. Like every single whistle, I was like, man, this is like not just playoff hate. This is hatred, and I love it. Like I feel like playoffs it always amps up a bit, but this year, like with the new division, you play the same team so many times, the hatred came back, and I love it.
For me, I just find that like the hatred got reignited by facing a
Yeah,
team 8 to 10 times, right?
yeah,
So it's just like the hatred just is bubbling over. And then of course it just makes the postseason that much better.
100%.
But I think it's so much there that this can go on for another couple of seasons.
yeah,
That hatred could go on for another couple of seasons.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's made ratings go through the roof.
Yeah.
And I think that the NHL making their deals with ESPN
Yeah.
and some betting sites and everything, I think that they're gonna end up doing the right thing with the NHL. It's about time, and I think that we're going to be becoming more kind of geared towards the public, kind of like the NBA is, but still with that grit. You know what I mean? Like the NHL is going to have that grit because let's face it, you might not like the fights, but they're necessary, and I
100%.
think people want to see it because if you just have a team with all finesse, like everybody wants finesse. But after a while, it's like, no, man, you need a little grit because that's part of the game. You got to go in there, you got to go cycle and dig and go for that puck. You know?
Yeah. And I think too, not to the extent like we're not going to say 90s, early 2000 fighters where like literally the only thing the boys could do was fight. I don't think they're going to come back, but I do think there's going to be more of a role for like Ryan Reeves, Tom Wilson. Actually, Tom Wilson, not really a fighter in my eyes. He's just a
tough guy, though.
Right.
He's a tough guy that could score. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's not going to be like a fourth line guy. I mean, like there's going to be more fourth line guys that are there to fight, but can also play hockey. I feel like the Enforcer's going to sneak back in to the NHL.
Well, you have to look at Nick Foligno.
Yeah.
Being traded over there. I mean, that guy is gritty as sandpaper.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like that kind of guy that, you know, he could score too. He could put the puck in the back of the net. He could do all that stuff, but he's gritty, you know?
Exactly, yeah. And you need that. Like, I feel like the NHL is not going to go because I feel like last couple of years, even the fourth liners were all finesse guys.
Yeah.
So now there's going to be more grit coming back to the NHL, which
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
How much do you dislike or like Brad Marchand?
So I'm conflicted. I'm as like we're kind of buddies, like not like we're not best friends.
Yeah.
We played together at the same time,
right?
And like we partied together,
right?
I got a funny story. So we played Val-d'Or in the championship for the President's Cup when I was in Lewiston, and he was on Val-d'Or, and we ended up sweeping them in Val-d'Or, and we were in the bar. And the boys, like he was obviously played the same then than he does now. Right. He was a rat, like going around. Great hockey player. But the boys are like, man, I wish Marshy could see this. Like, fuck Marshy. Like everyone's like that. I was like, boys, like if he comes by and sees us, like he'll probably come have a drink with us.
Yeah.
And like 45 minutes later, we were sitting on a patio and he drove by and him and I think it was his dad, they pulled in, ended up coming in, had a couple beers, bought our beers and left. And I was like, I told you, man. Like, and another funny Marshy story. Me and Anton went to Lakers Celtics in Boston.
Okay.
Probably 8 years ago. And Montreal and Boston played the night before. Right. So I messaged Marcy and I was like, what are you guys doing after the game? Like thinking we're going to get to hang out with like some Bruins. He's like, it depends how we do. Like we'll meet up. So Boston ended up winning. And he's like, we're going to go here. I'm like, all right, wicked. So we're all thinking, like me and Anton and our wives, like, oh, we're going to go like get to drink with the Bruins. This is going to be wicked.
Right.
So we go back to the hotel. We're having some drinks, and it's like 1 o'clock, and we're like getting ready to go meet them out. So I messaged Marcy. I'm like, all right, man, we're on our way. He's like, man, the bar's closed here at like 1:32. He's like, we're all leaving. I was like, oh, man. So, yeah, we blew
You
it.
were
Like,
thinking Halifax? Were you thinking
Yeah, like, I
Halifax
don't know what
times?
we were thinking. like, obviously, we were drinking the whole game, so we weren't really, like, in the best mindset.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, we just, well, I guess we're staying in the hotel for the night.
So people don't know, in Nova Scotia, Halifax especially, the bars close at 3 a.m., right?
Yeah.
Actually, they close at 4. They stop
Yeah,
serving.
like
at
4, 3:30, they stopped
Yeah.
serving.
They stopped serving. So most of the places was 1 o'clock. Ontario was 1 o'clock. I'm sure Boston was like that. And Boston being such a Puritan state there,
Yeah.
Massachusetts, probably 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, they shut it all down. So this is the funny story about it.
Yeah.
You have a
Oh, yeah,
bunch
we
of
blew it.
Macedonians.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So, like, I'm a Marcy fan. I know a lot of people are like, even a lot of people from Halifax aren't.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I have nothing bad to say about him.
You know what? He's a special kind of guy that is just like he could still get 100 points in a season,
Right.
but get under your skin and not get suspended because
Yeah.
he'll do the right things. Like you look at Nazim Kadri, who's
Yeah.
right now fighting. I mean, he's kind of like a similar kind of player with the skill.
Yeah.
Not the same. Not the
Yeah,
same because
exactly.
he's never hit the century mark. You know what I mean? So he's not the same as far as that's concerned. And he's a little over the top because he's getting suspended.
He doesn't know that, like, Marcy walks the line perfectly.
Yeah. I mean, that licking of the face, though, bro.
Except for that, yeah.
Yeah. But I got to be honest. I really ended up having a disdain for Mr. Marchand because of
Yeah.
the Leafs being knocked out all the time. It was like,
Yeah.
and you knew that he's part of the solution for Boston
Yeah.
because he's that kind of guy. But then when they had Zdeno, you see him. He would push the line and then go hide behind, Papa Zdeno.
Yeah. Not a bad move, but
No. It reminded me of my cousin back in the day where he would just go lip off to somebody to come up behind me. I'm like, come on. What are you doing? What the but you still, you're going to put an end to whatever, but it's just like, you mouthy little bastard.
yeah. Like, I'm here to help you, but I really don't want to.
But those are great stories, by the way. Thank you so much. And yes, Brad Marchand, my co-host, Brad Tesh loves you because there's another guy named Brad, and he's on board with you. I think
Nice.
he's fully sold out as a Boston Bruin, and it really irritates me. But
Yeah.
I thought I could convince him. Yeah,
Don't get me wrong. Like, I hate the Bruins and I hate playing against them, but like, I'm not.
they're a great hockey team.
Yeah.
What can you say?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they literally have owned us. So there's nothing you can do.
That's it. I mean, what can you say? I mean, yeah, I could be upset with them.
Yeah.
But am I a realist? Yeah, they're a great hockey team.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Oh man! First off, Tristan, I am so happy that you came out here. What I like to do, if you're down, and I don't know what you and Anton's schedule is like on Monday, but usually we go live on Monday.
Yeah.
If it's a game 7,
Yeah.
I like to have you guys on for the live.
Oh,
And
yeah,
if it's
I'll
not
be
a game 7, I like to have you guys on for the closing out of the ceremonies. If we end up putting them out.
I'm good. I have nothing. I don't
Yeah.
think. No, I'm good.
All right. And usually we get on like around 7:30, 8:30, 8 o'clock our time. So
Yep.
yeah. But if you're down, I'll message Anton and then we can have a nice spirited discussion.
Yeah.
It's either a game 7.
Oh man, I hope it's not game 7. I'll be stressed
Me too.
drinking.
Oh my gosh. Like seriously, it's like I don't think I can move to the bathroom. I need to keep watching this. Oh man. Hey, what do you got? Are you following before we go? Are you following UFC this year?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Who's your picks there for tonight's main event there?
I don't even know who's fighting anymore. Who's fighting?
I know. So it's Rosenstruik against Augusto Sakai. So Rosenstruik has lost his last 2.
Yeah. I don't
Back
even
to
know.
back. Yeah.
Man, I used to be diehard UFC. Like I had the t-shirts, everything. I was like probably too over the top.
Yeah.
And then like now that it's like a main event every weekend, I'm kind of like, I'm out of it a bit, but I'll watch it on Saturday night. I'll go in bed and
It's
fire
easy. Yeah.
But
Nice and easy.
I'm not, unless it's like a big main event, I'm not staying up late to watch it anymore.
So yeah, I got to be honest. Like this one, it doesn't get me going because Rosenstruik lost his 2, and Augusto Sakai really. I mean, he's just kind of like, he seems like a good fighter. The one I want to see is Walt Harris get himself knocked out again because he's a wife beater against Marcin Tybura. That would be nice.
Walt Harris, a big black guy, right?
Yes, he is. Yeah, used to be NFLer. Came over.
Yeah.
Was charged for beating his wife, but hey, I mean, I guess he's got strong hands. I don't know what to say.
Wasn't that Greg Hardy, or is that another guy too?
Oh, that's another guy too. There's a couple. There's a couple. Yeah. Then
I don't know about this one. I don't know anything about those 2 main fights. That's one of the reasons why I'm not into it as much as I used to be.
I love looking this Roman Dolidze. I don't know if you ever heard of this guy. Roman Dolidze, 1 loss so far. This guy is a magnificent fighter, and he's fighting Star Poli. I have no idea about this guy. That one could be a diamond in the rough because one guy is trying to prove himself. The other guy, Dolidze, is actually really good. And when I look at the prelims, nothing except for the Ealer Latifi and Tanner Boser fight jumps into here in the prelims. Nothing else really. That's really it.
Yeah, I don't usually watch the prelims unless there's like a Canadian, like a good like Canadian that I know that's in it. Like,
oh man, I watched on the main card there when who's that guy from Newfoundland?
Gavin Tucker.
Yes, Gavin Tucker, and oh man, that was hard. That was
hard.
He's
like he trains with my cousin, so he's like they're pretty close with him.
Yeah,
so, like, I follow him a lot. But
dude,
that was run. He was hot too, man.
He had a good run.
Yeah.
It was a great run, and I just think he just rushed in a little too. I mean, I'm not a professional fighter. I trained all this stuff, but I'm not a professional fighter.
Yeah.
And all I could think is when you're knocked out that quickly, it's got to play on your mind.
It's in the back of your mind for sure.
Because all that time that you put into training and nobody gets to see this.
Yeah.
They just see this quick knockout, and it's like, I couldn't even imagine what must be going through his head, but I really hope that he's mentally resilient and will come back, rub this off, and just go back at her, because he was about to crack the top 15.
Yeah, he was climbing up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But like, I feel like this might sound stupid, but I feel like guys that get knocked out quicker, if it's like a quick knockout, Dana's more likely to give them a second chance longer than somebody that gets beat up for 3 rounds.
Yeah. No, I think you're right.
He's because, like, oh, well, he got caught. It can happen to anybody. But not like, oh, man. Yeah. Like, who got beat up last fight?
Last fight?
Tony Ferguson.
Oh, yes. In the main event.
I think Tony's going to get cut.
Yeah, I can't see him sticking around.
Like his last 3 fights, like
war. Yeah.
And he's been getting beat up. Not like just caught. He's been getting beat up for 3 fights. But I feel like he's like, all right, like Gavin will get another chance because he did so well, got caught.
He deserves it. He deserves it. He only lost the 1 in the UFC anyway. So, I mean, he deserves it. Tony Ferguson, though, I mean, he's a very great fighter, but, he's 37.
Yeah.
It's something magical that happens as soon as you pass 35. If you can go to your 40, that's amazing.
Right.
Then you had a guy like Anderson Silva went to 44, and maybe not so amazing because that last fight wasn't so great for him.
Yeah.
I think at 40, there's something that happens where it's not the same, right? That's why I'm kind of glad that George St. Pierre did not take any other fights now.
Right.
No, because you would only remember what you see now. And, I kind of wish, though, and I saw the Oscar De La Hoya George St. Pierre fight coming up, and then Dana White put the kibosh on that. I was really hoping that was going to happen because that would be a great boxing match.
Yeah,
it'd be great
and be entertaining. Like that's the main thing.
Yeah. You know what I would pay to see right now, though? Jake Paul.
Oh, buddy,
against Evander Kane. I would pay right now.
Kane wants it too.
I know. I'd pay good money for that.
I want to see Jake Paul get knocked out so bad. And I'm getting like,
so he's undefeated against a basketball star, against a wrestler. It's like,
I watch them too, and I feel like an idiot every time I watch them. I'm like, man, this isn't a real sport. You're just helping these guys out, but I want to watch it. It's entertaining, but I'm like, you're an idiot. Like, you are helping these idiots get more money, so you're an idiot.
Oh my gosh.
And like, I'm gonna watch Logan Paul against Mayweather. 100%, I'm gonna watch it. It's gonna be terrible, but I'm gonna watch it.
Why? Why even? Like, I know why Mayweather took it. It's money, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but why? If you're Logan Paul, do you want to go up against Mayweather?
No, he's way bigger than him, but I don't even know what's gonna happen. Like, whatever's happened is gonna be staged. Like, I don't know. I would love Mayweather get knocked out just because of his personality.
I don't think Logan Paul's the guy.
No.
Though.
But I also want Logan Paul to get knocked out because of his personality.
So it's like two people.
They do a joint knockout and hit each other, and they're both down. That's what I hope for.
Then we're all the winners. Yes.
Yeah. Except they wake up and they're $100 million richer.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, and we're the fools that paid to see it. Dude, it's been an honor and a pleasure talking to you today, Tristan. Like I said, on Monday, I really want you to come on there, and later on, when the next round is about midway, let's get you back on here. I'd like to get your takes on some of the series.
Yeah,
you and Anton. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking about just calling it the Manson brother moment. There, it'd be beautiful.
Nice. Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much for your time, buddy. I know that you're a busy man.
Yeah, I'm good.
And
got a nice break from the kids.
Yeah. And listen, hey, just remember, guys, find us anywhere you see Guys Beer Sports. Hey, save 15% if you go to www.smoothmyballs.com/Guys Beer Sports. Use our Guys Beer Sports into the promo code. Save yourself 15%. Get yourself smooth as eggs. All right. Feature beer for today for me was the Get the Hell Out Stout. What were you drinking there, Tristan?
I had a Bud Light, but I'm a big Nine Locks fan. I live up the road.
I had a Bud Light. I love it. And don't forget your Bud Light if you're watching the UFC.
Yeah. Nine Locks is down the street from me, so I'm there way too often.
Oh man, it's great beer, man. Absolutely great beer. I can't even complain. I'm gonna miss that when I move to Toronto. It's gonna be sad. It's like,
I think they got it there now.
They got Nine Locks out there?
I think so, yeah.
Cool.
I know they haven't in Alberta.
If they're in Alberta, they got to be in Ontario.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to skip it.
That's it. How the heck are you getting there? Listen, my man, this was fun. We're going to do this again. Hopefully, Brad will be with us next time. That'll be awesome. Try to have a great rest of your day and go Leafs, go. Yeah.
I'll talk to you later.
Peace.
Later, buddy.
You've listened to the podcast, but now it's time to visit us in our virtual sports bar. Get all of our info at guysbeersports.com, where you can find all the ways to connect with us. Watch for live conversations with Brad and Sean that happen throughout the week, and join in with your favorite local beer. You can share your thoughts in the conversation comments with your own uploaded videos, or even join us as a guest live commentator. The GBS Virtual Sports Bar is open for business. Come on in, boys and girls.